The highly discussed Proposition B, which would reinstate the camping ban in Austin, was a big winner in the city's special election this weekend. The passing of the proposition brings up other questions about Austin's leadership and its citizens. And joining us to talk about this is Travis County GOP Chairman Matt Mackowiak, who's also the Save Austin Now co-founder, and Ed Espinoza from Progress, Texas. Matt Mackowiak, first of all, Saturday, Austin voters, of course, elected to reinstate the camping ban eliminated by the city council in 2019. When voters said yes to Prop B, were they just addressing a single issue and rebuking the city council, or was it something more?
Well, I do think it was a single issue in the sense that voters were asked whether they liked the consequences of the camping ban and whether they wanted to keep it going. Excuse me, the consequences of the camping ordinance, whether they want to keep the camping ordinance in place or whether they want to go back to where we were before. And so on that question, it's clear we had a 58% majority, over 90,000 votes. I believe we got between 40 and 50% of Democrats. We got about 85 or 90% of independents and 90 or 92% of Republicans, which is a winning coalition in Austin. It is unusual for a proposition to go against 9 out of 10 council members and the mayor and still succeed. But I think the reason that this happened is the broader point that you're raising, which is I believe the mayor and the council have been out of touch on this issue. I think they've been out of touch because they've listened to the very far left of our city and have ignored homeowners, small business folks, organizations that represent constituencies, parents, neighborhoods, park supporters, you name it, all those groups. And so I do think that there's a real disconnect between what the council believes is important and what the citizens want and need in order to feel like they're living in a safe and clean city.
Ed Espinoza, Prop B, as Matt just mentioned, it passed by a good margin, but over 40% of voters still voted against it. Do you think there's going to be any pushback or legal action over how we're addressing the homeless issue now?
There could be some pushback and legal action, but the bigger question is that with the passage of Prop B and the reinstallment of the camping ordinance or the camping ban, what we have to realize is that's not going to make homelessness go away. And homelessness is not just an Austin issue. It is a Texas issue. It is a United States issue. Homelessness has grown in the 50 biggest states of the U.S. since 2017, according to USA Today. So this is something that has happened for a while, and a camping ban is not going to fix it. So what we should be looking at is what do we do now to make the issue better? How do we find immediate shelter? How do we do what we need to do right by the people in our city to help them with services? And one of the things we need to do is find shelter, and not just permanent shelter, immediate temporary shelter. And that's one of the hurdles that we're addressing right now. And I think that that's where the conversation is going to go. The legislature needs to help. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to do much. The federal government needs to help. There's a bit more opportunity there, but it's going to take all hands on deck, including people like me and Matt, to make sure that we can come together and find out how we can find shelter.
You know, Matt Mackowiak, talking about possible coalition building, can you build upon this coalition that voted for Prop B?
Yeah, I think we can through Save Austin Now, through the nonprofit. I believe we have a large coalition. We have an army of Austinites who just want to live in a safe and clean city, who care about standard of living. And it shouldn't be too much to ask that we have city leaders that reflect those views. But to Ed's point, look, I do think that there's an opportunity for both sides to come together. And where I want to be helpful is on proven models that work. We look at Haven for Hope in San Antonio, which is a centralized regulated campground combined with a camping ban. That facility has showers and toilets and electricity and running water and job training and mental health treatment and drug and alcohol abuse treatment and all kinds of other services on site. That's what we need in the short term. You combine that with micro homes and tiny homes like what we've seen at Community First Village, which I've toured twice, and Camp Esperanza, which I toured last week for the first time. Those are the models that we need to look at. I don't think most Austinites want to see us buy $6 to $12 million motels and hotels. We need 50 of them to house the 5,000 homeless people that we have. That's not going to be the answer.
All right, we've got to go, but real quickly, Ed, a final word from you.
Community First and Camper Esperanza, the Other Ones Foundation, good examples. It's not enough. We need more. And we do need more voices on council involved in this conversation than just the ones that we've had. Hopefully we'll get answers sometime soon, but it's going to take all of us to make this work.
Okay, we have to wrap it up for now. Ed, Matt, thank you both very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.